your music?
Yeah. I need Milwaukee to lose one more.
That's why I sent that.
Yeah. Y'all already know, man, the boys are back. We are in the building, purple and gold skies. The gang is here. Y'all already know the vibes. Welcome back, boys and girls, to Laker Land. We in the building. Cole, I was just telling Hank, I need the Bucks to lose one more game. And I'm cashing out, baby. I am cashing out.
They very well will. They would definitely lose.
Yo, if these dudes win out, the rest of the season, bro, I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. I'm not even gonna be able to eat anything. Forget wings. If they was to win out, bro,
Giannis would have to average 45 for them to win every game.
Oh my God, that's nasty work. Salute the Lakers Nation, man. We are in the building. We definitely got an interesting show to talk about today, man. D'Angelo Russell, he exposes it all. We got to get into this show, man. It's damn near Lakerland time, boys and girls. Let's start with this intro so we can talk about D'Angelo Russell and Coach Darvin Ham. My God.
Basketball, a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the lane. 6. You want to put on a show here.
Yes, sir. We are in the building. 7, Cole, Hank. Y'all already know the vibes. Welcome back to Lakerland, boys and girls. So today, DLo dropped a damn bomb. Shout out to D'Angelo Russell. Cole, your boy, is he starting trouble? We got to talk about it. So, boys and girls, D'Angelo Russell went on record to talk about his relationship with Darvin Ham, or lack of relationship, however you want to put this, as well as an interesting piece that is a part of this puzzle of former Laker Dennis Schroeder, and how last year Schroeder's relationship with Darvin Ham affected the progression and play of D'Angelo Russell. If you guys look on the screen, this is what D'Angelo Russell in part had to say. He said, Dennis Schroeder's relationship with Coach Darvin Ham is the reason I couldn't have a relationship with Darvin. When I was struggling, I wouldn't been able to come to the coach and say, bro, this is what we need or should do. Like, how can I help? Or like, I can help you. Instead, there was no dialogue. Interesting take from D'Angelo Russell on Coach Darvin Ham. We are in the season. The Lakers are in a playoff run. D'Angelo Russell on the basketball court has been playing out of his mind. We're going to talk about him individually. But, Hank, what's your reaction, bro, to DLo kind of out the blue going in on Darvin Ham like this?
I'm kind of shocked. He's bringing it up right now. The team is performing pretty well. And, I don't know what made him bring it up, but I guess he's from the article that what I read is that he's trying to control his own narrative on things. So this is part of his controlling his own narrative and take shots at Dennis Schroeder. I guess they don't like each other.
Man, I was like, dang, is dude getting is he guilty by association or what's going on with Dennis Schroeder? What does he have to do with this? And DLo broke it down. It was kind of interesting in me. Cole, what was your reaction to DLo dropping these bombs earlier?
Man, I am not at all surprised. I definitely 100% believe what he's saying. Basically saying that he had an affinity towards the players he had coached before.
Right.
And that makes sense with Darvin benching both Reeves and DLo earlier this season for Cam Reddish and TP, even though they weren't producing earlier in the season. Definitely makes sense to me.
And I think that's really the thing, because when you look back last year, D'Angelo Russell did play poor in the playoffs. So production-wise, you could say he may deserve to have been benched. But it has been a repeat behavior from Darvin Ham, as Cole just alluded to. It has been happening more than one time. So, it's interesting that he brought that up. Now, let me ask y'all fellas this. D'Angelo Russell has rocked the boat before in Los Angeles. Let's not forget that his mouth has gotten him in the situation before that he probably wouldn't want to be in. Are y'all surprised that he's that vocal to go this far in the season to kind of out the coach in a way like this, even though he's had a bad history with this organization in his mouth?
I think he waited for the perfect time. We're finally hitting that stride where we're winning. And basically he said all of this is what happened like last year in the last couple of months, but he corralled it at the end saying that now the team has this synergy, and that's why our offense has just been clicking as of late. So I think if like this was the best possible way for him to get his truth out there while still holding the team together.
Interesting. What you think about time and Hank? Do you think this was a good time for D'Angelo Russell to be speaking like this while the Lakers are in the second half of the season trying to climb up in the ladder in the Western Conference?
I don't think it's too inflammatory or too crazy. I think he'll be fine, but it does shed light on some of the struggles he's had with the organization and with the coaching staff, so that if in the off season some of this stuff comes up, teams will know what's going on. He doesn't seem as like he's the cancer or the trouble of the team. Even in the article, he talks about creating dialogue with Darvin Ham and being more vocal in the locker room and becoming more of a vocal leader, where he felt like LeBron was the only voice. Now he's able to give his ideas on what's going on and challenge what's going, how they're play style, especially offensively.
You brought up LeBron James. Do you think LeBron green-lighted? I mean, do you think LeBron was privy to D'Angelo's feelings towards Darvin Ham? And do you think, maybe LeBron gave him the blessing to go on record and say this? Do you think that LeBron has anything to do with the way this came out? Do you think LeBron might have a problem with D'Angelo Russell speaking?
It all depends on how he feels about Darvin Ham, to be honest with you. And I don't think the comments are too crazy. Yeah, I don't think the comments are too crazy. It makes sense if Darvin, coached Schroeder and a few other players before, he would want to go to them more often than he would want to go with a D'Angelo or Austin Reeves or anybody else. So I get it, but now that Dennis is gone, he does have room to have that more of dialogue with Ham. But if it is a crazy statement, Bron, if he doesn't really rock with the coach like that, then probably he wouldn't care, because maybe, just maybe, he'd probably go out to Ty Lue this summer or another coach.
Terry's thoughts.
I feel like, honestly, man, Darvin Ham days have to be numbered, but I be watching, wondering how much love does Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss have for him, because I think for some reason their pride will really supersede even LeBron James. If they want Darvin Ham to stay for whatever reason, he's going to stay, regardless of who stays and leaves or who has an attitude. So, I'm going to be also watching if, when you can how front office treats Darvin Ham, because he said he has a great relationship with front office and they've shown support to him even when they haven't been winning. So I don't know if that's all cap or not, but
it's some more stuff with the front office as well. So I don't know if y'all got to that part of the article, but basically it was saying that Rob Pelinka wanted to extend DLo long term, but Darvin pushed for the player option to where he would have the option to where he could stay or he could go. And basically, this is where moves start matching up with narratives because as DLo was getting less and less minutes in the first half of the season and he got benched, it basically made it seem like Darvin was trying to like push him away to like make him leave. So it's like not only are you like messing with like, you know, a guy's confidence as a player or his market value, you're also messing with his money as well. So it's like
and you're messing with the team. You know, I was watching Gilbert Arenas, Gil's Arenas show earlier today, and they talked about this, and Gilbert Arenas was talking about how when a coach has a problem with a player, you know, you have to identify when it's it best to actually penalize that player. Like if a player says, man, F you, coach, but the player is shooting 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 for 3 that night, you don't sit him down. You know, you penalize him in practice. Like there's other ways to go about penalizing or punishing, whatever have you. And, you know, I think that kind of goes back to what Cole was saying as far as just when you're looking at how he is treated. D'Angelo Russell for the entirety of the year. And whatever his game plan was, Cole Hank, it seemed like it's backfired because the Lakers ain't been winning like that without D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell has been a big part in the little bit of success that the Lakers done had so far, in my opinion.
Right. Also an article, I know Cole, you probably said that too. He challenges what that Darvin says. I don't know if maybe Darvin doesn't like that. Maybe that's part of it.
Yes, DLo is so he's not one of these like crazy athletic guards that just make it happen out of nowhere. So his game is organized offense. And with Darvin being supposed to be this defensive leaning coach, it's obvious that his sets just don't work, especially when teams start running things like zone defenses and things like that. The only people that know how to beat him is really AD, Bron, and DLo. So that was his whole thing with the offensive sets. And I'm guessing halfway through the season, he finally started listening to him because our offense has been good.
And he said they got a pretty cool relationship. I'm just surprised that DLo spoke on this in the middle of the season like this, as well as, you know, him being a guy that has had a history of, you know, saying things out of his mouth and things kind of went left. But his production on the court has been very, very valuable. Who would you say, fellas, has the most cachet as a Laker right now? Darvin Ham or D'Angelo Russell? Because mind you, Darvin Ham does have a ring. Assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. But who do you feel like got more cachet right now, more power, more who can stick their chest out more, DLo or Darvin Ham?
I feel like DLo's done more for the team, but I feel like Darvin has more cachet. Like with them looking at him as the coach, even DLo's contract, like down to DLo's contract shows why Darvin has more pull with the Lakers. Because he was supposed to be on an extension, but they gave him an option.
Crazy.
Yeah, probably Darvin for right now, but you know how that can change in a heartbeat, especially with these playoffs coming. And if they don't produce anything, that could definitely change the outcome of who has more power.
When you talk about D'Angelo Russell as an individual this season, just watching him grow, how impressive, Cole? I'm going to start with you because you have been campaigning for this guy's success this season, and he's pretty much cashed in. How impressive you been with D'Angelo Russell's progression this year?
Man, I've been very impressed. One of the things about DLo's game was that he could pretty much always shoot the ball. He was always a good passer. But at the rim, he was shaky. But this season, he's been good. So just seeing him cash in on that, seeing him better operate with LeBron and AD, and how our offense has just been clicking, pretty much everyone's been getting good looks. That's why our shooting just went through the roof. Like I'm really impressed by my point guard, man.
How much of the trade deadline do you think had to do with the way we've watched D'Angelo Russell evolve this year? Because he definitely seemed to be playing not only for a job, but for a job in Los Angeles. I don't think that there was ever a concern that he wouldn't get signed if he was, or anything. Like, he would land somewhere, of course, but he really seemed to want to stay in LA and give it a shot. And when his name came up in trade talks, it rattled some people. But with him, it seemed to take his game to another level. How much do you think the trade talks and the trade deadline had to do with, his level up of play this year?
Personally, I think it had a lot to do with it. And then especially when he comes out and verbatim says that public humiliation has lifted his game, I think it has like I think we got to give a lot of credit to the trade deadline and the mismanagement of the team for his breakout. Funnily enough.
Yeah, and then he's been through this quite a few times now, these trades. He was on Pat Bell's podcast, I believe, this summer. Remember, he's talking about what I gotta do to show that I am who I am. That's basically the same thing. And he just said in the article that Pelinka told him to be even keel, don't let it get to you. And he said he relied on Kobe when he told him change the narrative. So he's been grinding on just changing the narrative, letting his game speak for him. And, he don't want another trade. I'm sure he doesn't. So he's safe now. And then this summer, he probably can get a nice bag.
When you talk about the mentality of D'Angelo Russell right now, what mind state is he in going into the second half of the season? I want to read y'all a quote, get y'all reaction to it. He says he's really having fun out here. And respectfully, my approach is all these people came to see AD and LeBron, but I'm here to steal the show. What do y'all think about that mindset for D'Angelo Russell? Is that a good mindset, or should he fall back and allow those other two to do what they do?
That's good. I like it. That's a Kobe mindset.
I was about to say, that sounds like a killer to me. I don't know. That sounds like a killer to me.
Can that affect this team chemistry, Cole, in a negative way, though? You know what our roster is about. And, by default, I think any team could use a killer, but just can he be defined as a killer just because he's playing well as of late and he's talking big? I think that we would need to see more of a sample size to kind of put him in that type of category. And would you be willing to see him trying to force it this season to try to be a killer? Like, what do you think about the negative effects that could be on this team?
I think obviously like it's a killer mindset, but I think if he does get to the point where he's like forcing the shots, forcing the drives, then it's gonna be bad. He operates best like within that flow state where everybody's getting the ball or he's in a pick and roll. So I think we kill teams like that, but like forcing, like if he start forcing shots and stuff, it's gonna get really bad.
Is he still the worst point guard in the Pacific Division? Respectfully,
Steph.
You got Steph, you got Harden, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got
We're in Harden talks. Wait a minute.
in Harden conversations. Okay, so yeah, we fighting for that. What's that, 5th spot? Because I still got Steph. De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about how you define point guard. You know how that goes.
Who's the point guard for Phoenix? Does Devin run that show?
It's Booker. Yeah.
It's Booker? He's running one? He's not better than Booker.
If we're talking about true point guards, then DLo run that division, but
yeah.
Ooh.
Zay Thomas was talking about that on Draymond.
If we're talking about true point guards, who? Harden, that's it? Like, okay.
So as far as point guard, D'Angelo was the best point guard in the Pacific Division.
Yeah, and I'm standing on
it. So, fellas, playoffs are coming, and hopefully these Lakers are definitely in it one way or another. when we talk about responsibility of D'Angelo Russell in the postseason, where do y'all feel like his responsibility lies at? Does he need to be a defined third wheel? Should he be chasing being the second wheel? Should he be in his mind trying to compete to be the second best player on the team? What should his mindset be for the playoffs?
I think his mindset should be get the team, like get the stars going. I think that's the mindset. Get the stars going and get his. If he can get AD his post touches, or he could catch LeBron on his back cut right here, the game opens up so much. It opens up so much when LeBron is just half back diving to the goal and there's nothing the other team can do about it. He's gonna get his shots, Reed's gonna get his shot, Rui gonna get his shot, and we win games like that.
I do like his aggression, though. I feel I to be honest, because the way D'Angelo has been playing as of late, I'm just like, bro, let LeBron facilitate and deal with getting everybody else involved. D'Lo, scoring should be your first option right now. At least right now, if you get the green light to do so. I really like his aggression. I want to see more of that. Even if he's not scoring, I just want to see him slash into the lane, like you said, like he's just drawing defenders real smooth with that basketball, bro. It's beautiful to watch. I can't wait. Hank, what do you think about his responsibilities in the playoffs for the Lakers to be successful? D'Angelo Russell.
Definitely want to keep his confidence there. So I would say, he's going to get the other two going, but it depends on matchups. If D'Lo sees a matchup where he's favored, I think they should let him go ham. And I think he's talked about that in the article about matchups. When he felt like he was at a point where he can win it, he went ham. So I think they need to do that as well.
D'Lo or Austin Reeves, Cole?
D'Lo been better. Come on now.
I'm okay, because you know what the conversations were like in the offseason.
Those were nasty. D'Lo's always the third best player.
D'Lo or Rui Hachimura?
D'Lo.
All right. So I think we've established that D'Angelo Russell is the solidified third guy on the Lakers, when you want to call big three, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we've been calling for this whole time, remember?
Yeah.
We say he need to be the third guy because he's the one that's held the flag in the league so far.
Gotcha.
He's the best shooter. He's the is he a better passer than Bro? No. Second best passer. He's the primary ball handler. Like he's the third best player.
He make less mistakes than LeBron James, I think.
Yeah.
I probably got to look, but I think he does make less. Well, fellas, it's interesting we brought this up here on Lakerland. If you guys are on a YouTube channel for Lakerland and the Best of 7, we are double streaming this afternoon, so we appreciate you guys popping up. Make sure y'all smash that like button for us. Help us get this video live stream out. Also, just a quick reminder, man, follow our VIP room. We're giving guys free access to our Lakerland playback.tv room. So go to playback.tv/Lakerland and follow the room. We got free VIP access for all the Laker game watch parties. We also do the live Lakerland podcast once a week over there. Shout out to Playback TV. So we just talked about D'Lo and AD and LeBron, and the next topic that I actually had on deck was a little TikTok segment I wanted to go over with you fellas. Better trio. Let's talk about it. Better NBA trio. LeBron, AD, and D'Lo, or the Suns, KD, Booker, and Beal? Hank.
Better KD, Booker, and Beal. I like the Lakers better. The Beal one, I mean, I know they're great players, but it just seems like it's forced. This seems more like a flow.
Okay. Cole. Better trio. LeBron, AD, and D'Lo, or the Clippers, Kawhi, PG, and James Harden? And I'm talking this season, not overall as far as career, this season as far as production this year. Who's been the better three?
I guess I would have to say, as of late, the Lakers. But the season in the entirety, I'll probably have to go to Clippers because they had like that 11-game winning streak. But in the playoffs, what are we even talking about?
True. But look how slow they started. Do we not?
I
know that was only 4 or 5 games, but
No, they
I
went
think
0-6.
okay, so yeah, we have to mention that because that was the start, right? Of James Harden. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna stick with you again, Cole. Better trio, AD, LeBron, and DLo, or the Nuggets, Jokic, Murray, Michael Porter Jr.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets, traitor. So such a.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but it's true.
Champs.
Here go Hank. Hank, that's not happening again, right? This game has to be played every season. You favorite in Denver?
You come in as the reigning champion.
You got to
someone dethrones you.
Okay, all right. Hank, give me the better trio: LeBron, AD, and DLo, or Golden State, Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green.
Oh man. Only because Clay took a fall, I was going with the Lakers. Because Clay not the same Clay.
Hold on. You see that? Only because Clay took a fall? Really? That's what we doing.
Steph, it's really Curry, Draymond, or Kuminga. If we really want to talk about
Damn.
Moses Moody.
So disrespectful, man. Clay, you did it to yourself, baby boy. Could have had 40 million in the tuck. You bet on yourself and you lost. Nasty work. Final one I got for you fellas for this TikTok segment, Cole. Better trio, LeBron, AD, and DLo, or the Celtics, Tatum, Brown, Porzingis.
Porzingis can't stay on the court. I don't know.
I don't know.
And Jaylen Brown don't have a left hand. I'm gonna take the trio where 3 people can dribble with both of their hands. I'm sorry.
Who's more reliable? I know who's better, but who's more reliable to you, AD or Porzingis?
AD.
AD? If one of those pieces, though, if Porzingis goes down, Celtics still got a chance. If any one of those 3 for LA goes down, they don't have a chance.
I think the Celtics just have a better team though, because you take them away, you take one of them away. Derek White still finna be all NBA defensive first team. Drew Holiday still finna be on some type of all NBA defensive team. Hauser still gonna shoot the life out the ball. Peyton Pritchard still gonna shoot the life out the ball. Just a better team overall.
Got the zombie of what's my man name? Al Horford.
Al Horford.
So today is game day for those that don't know. The Lakers, oh my God, in Sacramento tonight, boys and girls, trying to find a way.
Like to be.
DLo dropping 40. DLo dropping 40.
We gonna need something to happen because Anthony Davis is 0-9 overall versus Sabonis. Yeah. I am very, 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 very much so looking forward to Anthony Davis getting his first victory versus Sabonis, because if it doesn't happen tonight, he may not get another chance this year. And to me, that is a bad, bad, bad look for those that know this game of basketball. I don't think it takes anything away from AD's legacy and his impact and all that. But Sabonis is not no big dominant guy, and he has been doing his thing under the radar. He's been definitely an all-star. I felt like he got robbed this season, but he's been very good this year, bro. And it's like a walking triple-double. Yeah, Sabonis is really a problem, and AD can't afford to have that type of competition in his division, and he can't beat him. Like, it's one thing having Jokic. The issue with Jokic, I think he might be 0-7. Yeah, he hasn't won against Jokic. But to have this dude Sabonis in your division, dominating you like that, and he himself is not like an MVP player face of the league, it's a bad look for AD for the expectations we keep him. So hopefully tonight we can get a win.
They've been putting Sabonis in an MVP talk. He's an MVP candidate this year.
He's been top 10 all year.
Yeah, he definitely has shown his value. I just think that the Kings have just, if you look at it from the expectation point, they haven't met the expectation that I had from them last season. You know, I was really surprised last year of their success last year.
They should be in that top three. They should be in that top three.
Easily.
AD, stop losing to players with no aura, man.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. He's looking bad against the best. And hopefully that changes tonight at Sacramento. And then we just talked about DLo. This tonight, DLo gotta go crazy. Tonight.
They have no defensive point guard except Davion Mitchell.
Lakers have just been poor on the road all year. They play okay at home, their road games, but I think this might be the last game of the season, if I'm not mistaken, against Sacramento. Again, to have AD going into another season without winning against Sabonis and Jokic, people are going to use that for little arguments and debate. You can see it coming.
That's why Gil want the Euros out the league right there.
There you go. Then we got 3 days later, the Lakers are back home and they face the Golden State Warriors. That'll be another division rival game. Both of those guys right now are fighting for a playoff spot, play-in spot, however you want to call it. Fellas, just quick predictions on these two games. What do you think the Lakers' records are going to be after the Kings and Warriors game? Not maybe that record overall, but just within these two. Are they winning both? Are they splitting or losing both?
Let's see who's playing tonight. That's a big question.
Very true.
The injury report that'll give you.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
Curry's out, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Curry's out.
Yeah, chalk it up.
Lakers summary. So, they got AD on a game time decision. You better play.
Wow.
Don't duck that smoke, man.
Yeah, you can't duck this smoke, Anthony Davis. I don't care what's wrong with you.
We're not going out like Embiid.
Yep, and this is definitely the last game. Sacramento has won the first 3 games of the season, so they've already won the season series. They're looking for a sweep versus the Lakers.
They can beat Sacramento. I see Herter, Lyles, and Murray out. Or a game time decision from Murray. Well, Lyles and Herter is no. They got game time decision for Herter too. Lyles is out, and Murray's a game time decision. They probably gonna play.
LA is a 3.5-point favorite tonight at Sacramento. That's interesting to me. What about the game at home versus the Warriors? Did the Lakers get the W?
They got the W.
15 plus.
They need both. They need both these games. Minimum is going to be a split, but we pushing for that 2-0.
Yeah.
Balls Don't Lie on social media says if the season ended today, the Kings, Mavericks, Lakers, and Warriors would all be playing in the Western play-in tournament tonight. Oddly enough, it's the Lakers at the Kings, Warriors at the Mavericks. If the season ended tonight, this will be the play-in. That's crazy. So if this was the case, just hypothetically, before we get into the next topic, Cole, who the hell is advancing?
Mavs and Lakers. LeBron in the playoffs said, and I'm not betting against him. I'm not betting De'Aaron Fox against him. I'm sorry.
But you'll bet against Steph Curry?
Steph Curry's hurt. We don't know when he's coming back.
Here's the thing about this, and this is why they need to get up to the 7th or 8th spot, because the other rounds is the NCAA tournament style. You got a bad game out, so they need to get into that 7th, 8th spot to have the 2 chances.
Wow, it's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be interesting. A lot of basketball still left to be played, but every game definitely do count. Do y'all think somebody is going to break Kobe Bryant's 81 points? And how many years do you think it's going to take for it to happen?
It could have happened
next year.
It could have happened this year. Shoot,
it could have, but you think it's going to happen? And Cole, you say by next year?
Luka Doncic or D Mitch next year.
Oh, so you got a name? You putting a name on it?
Yeah,
Embiid too.
Oh.
Luka or D Mitch next year.
Embiid as well, as long as he don't break his knee.
Oh yeah, Embiid too.
He could have had 80 something this year too. Ain't nobody stopping him. He the modern day Shaq, Shout out to Shaq. I know he ain't Shaq, but you know what I mean. Couldn't nobody stop him. He's too big.
What does that say about the NBA, fellas? I mean, knowing how much we revered Kobe's 81, how difficult it seemed to get, how amazed we were to see somebody else get it like this, and then to see other people so close to it, like, yo, is something that seems something, even though it seems so right, it is so wrong about the game of the basketball, bro, because greatness is just not appreciated no more, nor is it hard to reach, it seems like, in today's game.
Well, they're saying from Sham Charania that the league is talked today about the defensive rules, so looks like they might make some adjustments. They said they're going to do some things now to see how it works for the postseason, and then they're going to make some changes officially in the all season.
God,
I think players are just that good offensively.
I still think
when it comes to mismatch hunting, I think they've just gotten that much better.
They have, Cole, but if I can chip you, I can't chip you and get help. You know what I mean?
Help neutralize some things, definitely.
Yeah, you might be like, Cole, you probably faster than me, but if I'm able to put my hands on you and push you in the direction I want you to, then 7 can catch up and help me on the backside.
But is that playing defense though?
Yeah, they're doing it football.
Okay. Defensive pass interference, but
Got one last topic for you fellas today here on Lakerland. Appreciate everybody again coming through and supporting. I wanted to talk about the cost of winning when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. And what I mean is I wanted to go back and get your guys' opinion on a couple of situations that I felt cost the Lakers potentially championships. I wanted to get your guys' opinions and thoughts on that. Cole, I'm going to start with you, bro. Kawhi Leonard and Ty Lue not going to the Lakers, I think, cost the team championships. Do you agree or disagree that when Kawhi and Ty Lue decided to go to the Clippers instead of the Lakers, that could have and probably affected the Lakers winning more chips than they did?
I don't know about that one.
Not sure. What about you, Hank?
Well, number one, Kawhi didn't want to play with LeBron. That was obvious. That was, everybody knew that. Even who played his friend from Toronto and Danny Green. Danny Green even said that publicly, that Kawhi did not want to play with LeBron. So even if he came here, then he was injured most of that time with the Clippers. That had been the same injuries he'd have been doing with the Lakers. So it wouldn't help the Lakers at all. I think T. Lue is probably the bigger story in that. But then again, that all-star talent of coaches they had on that bench, I mean, did you really miss T. Lue? You had Jason Kidd, you had Lionel Holland, you had what's his name, Frank Vogel, you had somebody else on that staff. They were good, and you had what's his name on the bench that was like a player coach, and LeBron loved him. Went to Dallas with Jason Kidd.
Rondo.
No, not Rondo. Rondo too, but what's his name? Jared Dudley.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If Kawhi and Ty Lue opted to go to LA, the other LA, Ty Lue becomes a Hall of Fame coach. He might already be one, but he easily gets solidified as a Hall of Fame coach, as a legend. And LeBron surpasses Michael in rings. I'm with that. I'm with that. From 2019 to now, what's that, 4 seasons?
But would Kawhi play? Think about it. He hasn't played
Yeah.
like that. It'd be the same type of games.
I don't believe so, for the simple fact that you have to understand his responsibility, his role would not be the same exactly when you got LeBron and AD. He's the number one, he's the priority in with the Clippers, and you have to pray for Paul George to do his job. But Kawhi's really, to me, been the number one in the Clippers. He don't have to be that in with the Lakers with LeBron and AD. So to be honest, once he get out on the court, I don't think he would get as hurt as much. I think we would see a lot of more Kawhi if he would have played with the
Look at what
Lakers.
just happened last night.
Get
We got 3 other guys.
We don't get AD if we get Kawhi.
Wait a minute, let me go back. I thought we already had Anthony Davis.
No. Kawhi, he won the championship 2019. Then he left in the 1920 season. We got AD the 1920 season. So we don't get AD in that same offseason if we get Kawhi.
No, are you sure? Because I swore
sure.
there were visuals about the big three. Like they had images out here promoting Kawhi, LeBron, and
Probably
AD.
so, because they already had that rumor that he was going to be a Laker.
Yeah,
Anthony
they had
Davis.
rumors that him and that he was going to be a Laker. Then it was Paul George, and then they both went to the Clippers. But everybody knew that the Lakers wanted AD, so that's why they threw them individuals. But money wise, it probably wouldn't have worked. Like we probably would have had horrible role players if it did happen.
What about the Russell Westbrook trade? When we talk about the cost of winning for the Los Angeles Lakers, we know what that 2-3 seasons look like. Do you think that alone cost the Lakers an NBA title? The Russell Westbrook experiment.
Another playoff run, definitely on LeBron's legacy. That hurt him. They should have ran that team back. I don't know how you break a team up that won a championship. That was crazy. Number one. And then number two, the trades, I told you what was supposed to be the real trades. It was supposed to have been Buddy Hield. It's supposed to have been DeMar DeRozan. Miles Turner. Yeah. So I don't understand, that was a better fit than having, Russell Westbrook.
What about you, Cole? When it comes to the cost of winning for the Lakers, did Russell Westbrook, did that experience cost that team a championship those couple years?
I don't know how we watched 4 times LeBron win on teams that had defenders and shooters around him. And then we trade away our defenders and shooters for a guy that can't defend or shoot and give him $45 million. That costed us every second, every year that Russell Westbrook was on our team, that cost us a ring. And every second after as well.
I'm going to ask you again. Having to potentially face KD, Kyrie, and James Harden in the finals for 7 games, what the hell did you expect the Lakers to do?
Run it back with the original team they won the championship with.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes. They couldn't beat them?
We could have wiped them. Like
Rondo, Howard, what's my man name? McGee.
We had the best defensive team in the league.
No, but you can't.
KCP.
That's you're not. I mean, you're being realistic, but that's not realistic. The team wasn't going to be coming back as constructed, and some people wanted to leave and do their own thing. Some people wanted to do their own thing. When you win a championship, some people want to move on. It wasn't going to be like that.
But KCP wanted to stay in LA. KCP didn't move until we moved until the Westbrook move. That's really like one of the main pieces. Rajon would have stayed on the team. AD would have stayed on the team. Dwight Howard did stay on the team. Like
Caruso
wanted to stay, and we let him walk for nothing. Like that was just bad management.
So you don't think that iteration of the roster, who won that next year? Wasn't it Milwaukee?
Yeah, like we could have beat Milwaukee.
You know that you could have beat Milwaukee?
We could have beat Milwaukee. Yes.
Milwaukee was almost not even there. Kevin Durant, Toby, and on the line really determined them being able to be where they was at.
But even if he would have got past, Kyrie was out and James was hurt. So that Lakers team with them hobbled, you don't think they would have beat Brooklyn?
But I don't know how hurt those guys were. Like, we're talking about the final round. So that's another. They went out winning the second round versus Milwaukee.
Yo, Kyrie was out for the season.
Kyrie was out for the season.
He was done regardless.
And then James, he was really hurt. He probably should have been out for the season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Only reason they made it to the second round is because Jaylen Brown got hurt. So it was just Jason Tatum versus the Nets.
What about this one? As far as the cost of winning for the Lakers organization, signing LeBron James. Has signing LeBron James in 2019 ultimately cost the Lakers success through this window of 5 years?
You saying signing him made it worse for the Lakers? No, of course not. They weren't winning before he got there.
This is why I'm saying this, is because there has been arguments that I've been hearing and I feel like I've participated in where people have tried to convince that those young guys that the Lakers had that were ultimately traded for Anthony Davis were really going to do something. They were building something special with the Lakers. And I don't feel like they would have won anything up to this date.
Probability. I mean, they're all good pieces. They've went out and did some, they've achieved some success. But even Clarkson said we wouldn't have worked. He said that publicly. He said they were all selfish.
Well, he wasn't good, and he wasn't nobody anyway. And I didn't even think about Clarkson when you talk about. I'm thinking about Randall, Hart, and Ingram. And
he was in that. He was in that.
He was in the mix too, but he wasn't one of them. He looked good in Utah.
All selfish. They all wanted the individual things, and it wouldn't have worked.
Interesting. Very interesting.
What you think, Cole?
I think it got better until it got worse. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Talk about it.
Signing Braun, you know what I'm saying? He get hurt that first year. We get AD. We walk to the championship.
Word.
2021, we go out there. AD get hurt. Let's just run it back. Nah.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yo, that shit will forever go
classic.
down in Lakeland classic history. Salute to the NBA community, man. Shout out to Lakers Nation. Big up to my brothers Cole and Hank, man. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Lakerland Live. We coming at you guys like a machine gun all throughout the week. So make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to channel. Also, every Friday on Sports Gang Vision, with live 6:00 p.m. on Hank's Sports Gang Vision channel. Hank, what we got to talk about this Friday? You already got something cooking, or you still in the kitchen doing your thing?
Still in the kitchen doing my thing. Got a couple topics that I got in my mind. We might touch on the John Cena thing. Then I got the Isaiah Thomas, Draymond Green interview.
Cole is ducking my smoke from what you have, right?
Hank, I need a late night hype. I don't know if I could do Friday. Give me a late night hype.
Okay.
Give me a late night hype.
I plan on doing I was thinking about doing it Saturday, doing a late night hype.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
there.
Cool.
I'm there.
So probably around 10. How's that sound? 10-ish?
Hey,
that works.
Anytime on Saturday. We there.
We lit. We are definitely lit. Shout out to everybody, man. Also, reminder on Sunday, join Lakerland Live podcast on Sunday on playback.tv. Special guest, Dan, the Lakers fan, is going to be joining us, talking about everything in LA. So it should be definitely a classic show. Come through and support. Have a good time, fellas. Appreciate y'all as always. And we are out. Peace, people.
Stay tuned. Hold on. He called Gunner. I say, I want to put on the show. I already know I forgot the topic. We're going to do that